Okay. In the last class, actually, I had forgotten to tell you that whatever shear force and bending moment calculation we do, that you need to represent in writing also. Okay. Whatever I explained, that same thing is written here for shear force, and whatever I have explained, the same thing is written here for bending moment. You can go through this in any textbook. You'll get these values. Okay. So now we'll move on to next problem. This is the next problem we are going to discuss. There is a beam of total length L, and it is supported at the end in the form of simply supported beam. Instead of representing hinge support or roller support directly, they have represented in the form of reaction. Okay, at A there is a reaction Ra, that means there is a support here, and at B there is a reaction Rb, that means there is a support here. And this beam is subjected to point load W at a distance of L by 3 from A, and again W at a distance of L by 3 from B. If you look at this carefully, it is again a symmetrical loading, that is exactly at center. If I consider, okay, to the right hand side there is a load W and there is a reaction Rb, and from again center there is a load W at same distance as that of this load, and there is a reaction Ra again at the same distance as that of reaction Rb. So this is a symmetrical loading. If whenever there is a symmetrical loading, then directly whatever forces are there, add them. Okay, previously we had only one force, that is W, but now here we are having two forces, so it will become 2W, and after adding them, split into two half, because there are two reactions. 2W, when I add it and I split it into two half, it will become W and W. So reaction at Ra will be W and reaction at Rb will be W. But you should not solve it like this in examination. We need to calculate it using standard static equilibrium equation. So we'll first calculate a reaction Ra and Rb. Now this is the figure. Again we are going to first use summation of Fi equal to 0. Whatever forces which are acting upward, will take them positive. Ra and Rb are upward forces, take them positive. This W and this W are acting downward, so take them negative. So it will become Ra plus Rb minus W is equal to 0. Minus W and minus W, when you take them to the right hand side, it will become plus W and plus W, which will become Ra plus Rb is equal to 2W. Let me call this as equation 1. Then take summation of moment about point A as 0. If forces are giving clockwise movement, take them positive. If forces are giving anti-clockwise movement, take them as negative. Come from right hand side, there is a reaction Rb and it is giving me anti-clockwise movement with respect to A. So I'll take it as negative. Minus Rb into perpendicular distance is L. L by 3, L by 3, L by 3. When you add, you'll get it as L. So minus Rb into L. Now come to this force. Force is W and it is giving clockwise movement with respect to A. So plus W into perpendicular distance is L by 3 plus L by 3 will become 2L by 3. So W plus W into 2L by 3. Here I have written it as plus W into 2L by 3. Then there is one more force. This is W. Force is giving clockwise movement, so plus W into L by 3. So plus W into L by 3 equal to 0. This minus Rb into L, you take it to one side, then it will become plus Rb into L, and then remaining you can add them, so it will become 3WL by 3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. This L and this L will get cancelled, so Rb will become W. When Rb will become W, substitute in this equation, then Ra also will get it as W. So that is what I have written, Ra as W and Rb as W. Then next procedure is plotting of shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. For plotting SFD and BMD, again wherever the forces are there, with respect to those points we need to draw a vertical line. From A, draw a vertical line like this. From C, draw a vertical line like this. From D, draw a vertical line. From B also you draw vertical line. Since there are 4 forces, there will be 4 vertical lines. For plotting SFD and BMD, next step is wherever forces are there, with respect to those forces, consider two sections, one in the right hand side and other is the left. Okay, these sections are, the distance between the force and the section is almost 0, or it is 0. Just to differentiate, we are indicating like this. Okay, here also there is force, so I'm considering right and left section. Here also there is force, so I'm considering right and left section. Similarly for this force also. Immediately after this, what you do is, for shear force diagram, draw a 0 shear force line, horizontal line like this. Okay, whatever points are there on this 0 shear force line, the value of shear force is 0. Then start from right hand side and come from right hand side. We all know that if I want to find shear force at any section, say this section, I need to consider summation of all the forces at the right hand side or summation of all the forces at left hand side. We'll use the same principle for plotting SFD. First consider this section. Okay, at this section, come from right hand side, there is no any force. If there is no any force, that means shear force is 0 at this section, so I have written 0. Actually this section and this section both are same itself, but for plotting we are going to write them as two different sections, but the distance is almost 0. Then after this section, consider this section. Okay, actually this section is exactly at this point itself, but for differentiating I have written here. For this section, come from right hand side. From right hand side there is only one force. Okay, and to right hand side it is acting in upward direction, that means it is negative shear force. Negative shear force, and the value is W, so it will become minus W. From 0 line I need to move downward because it is minus W. Okay, suppose this is a point of minus W. From this section to this section there is no any force. If I consider this section, okay, from this section to this section there is no any other force. That means whatever force is acting on this section, same force will continue up to this section. So I'm taking a line from minus W till this point, that is this section. Once I finish this section, come to this section. Okay, if I come to this section, come from right, there are two forces, one more force is introduced now, that is W. Okay, come from right, this is upward, so I'll take it as minus W, and this force is downward and it is plus W. Minus W plus W will become 0. So from here I'm going to move to 0. Okay, then after this you go to this section. Okay, now if you consider this section and come from right hand side, there is no any additional force. Okay, whatever force was there for this section, that is two forces, same two forces are considered for this section also. There is no any forces added in between. That means this 0 will continue from here to this section. Okay, from here to this section. Getting the point? Now next you can consider this section. If you consider this section, you can either come from right or you can also come from left. Okay, if you come from left it will become easier, but let us go from right itself. You can try from left also. Look, if I consider this section and come from right hand side, now there are three forces. One is this, which is upward, minus W. This is plus W, downward, this is plus W. Okay, plus W is 2W minus W, so it will become plus W. Okay, 2W minus W is plus W. So from 0 onwards, for this section it will move to plus W. Okay, from this section to this section there is no any additional force in the right hand side, so same force will come till this point, plus W. Then after this section you consider this section, there is one more force which is introduced, that is W, but it is upward, so it will become minus W. I was already having plus W, and if I add minus W to it, then it will become 0. So here I am going to 0. Or U1 you can go from left side also. Till this section if you go from left side it will become easy. because look here, for this section if I go from left hand side, if I consider this section, there are no forces in the left hand side, so at this section force will be 0. So start from here, it is 0. Now consider this section. For this section, to left hand side there is one force introduced, that is W. To left of the section, if the force is upward, then we take it as positive. There is only one force, that is plus W, so I am going for plus W. Then from this section to this section, there is no any additional force, so same plus W will continue here. Okay, so you can go from either right side or go from left side, but when you come to this point, it is better to consider from left hand side only. Okay, now one thing you need to notice here is, from this region to this region, shear force is 0. Whenever shear force is 0, bending moment will be maximum, and that bending moment is called as pure bending moment. The section of the beam, okay, this is the section of the beam which is subjected to 0 shear force. There is no shear force but only bending moment. Such a section is called as pure bending moment. Okay, this beam is subjected to pure bending moment. There is no shear force. This is about shear force diagram. Okay, look at the variation, they are constant because it is subjected to point load. Now come to bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram is plotted by considering force into perpendicular distance. Now bending moment diagram, no need to consider all these two sections. You can consider only one section also, it is fine. Okay, for example, I'll start considering left side section, or you can consider right side section also. Both are fine. Suppose this section I'm considering. Okay, you consider only one section, it is fine, no problem. For point load at least there is no problem. If I consider this section, come from right side, there is a force but there is no perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance between force and section is 0, so bending moment at this point is 0. Then here also you can consider either right side section or left side section, or if you consider both the section also, then it is fine, but you will get the same value. If I consider suppose this section, okay, towards the right there are two forces, one is this force and other is this force. First consider this force W. Okay, this force with respect to this section, it is bending the beam in upward direction like this. Okay, after bending, beam will look somewhat like this. It is bending the beam upwards, so we'll take it as positive. So plus W into perpendicular distance is L by 3. Okay, W into L by 3 is plus WL by 3. There is one more force, but the perpendicular distance is 0. So this will not have any bending moment. Only bending moment is W into L by 3, that will become WL by 3 at this point. So I am joining 0 to this using a straight line, not a parabola or a cubic curve, because for point load we have already discussed in standard cases, we need to join using a straight line. Then come at this section, you can use this section or this section, and you can attack from right side or you can consider from left side. Okay, I will explain from right hand side also and left hand side also. Both the results will match. With respect to this section, or you can consider this section also, it is fine. Okay, with respect to this section, if I consider to right, there are three forces, one is this W and this W. Okay, come from right, there is a W force and perpendicular distance is L by 3 plus L by 3 will become 2L by 3. Okay, so it is bending the beam upward, so it is plus W into 2L by 3. Then there is one more force, but this force will bend the beam with respect to this section in downward direction, so it is minus. Here we were having plus W into 2L by 3 minus, because it is bending the beam downward, minus W into L by 3. There is a force here, but perpendicular distance is 0. So after adding moment of this force and this force, which I have written above, that is at point C. Okay, at point C is here, W into 2L by 3 minus W into L by 3 will become WL by 3. Okay, so that only I have written here at point C. At point C, this point, it is also WL by 3. Then at this section you can come from right side or left side, but it is advantageous to go from left hand side. Okay, you consider this section or this section, there is a force but perpendicular distance is 0, so obviously bending moment at this section is 0. Fine. Now if you consider this section, like I told, you can come from right side, but there are three forces, this force, and this force. But that only if you go from left side, there is only one force for this cross section, or even if you consider this cross section. Okay, if you consider this cross section, there are two forces, this force and this force, but this force into perpendicular distance is 0, so this will not have any effect. So you can consider this section, or you can consider this section. Suppose I am considering this section, there is only one force, and this force is bending the beam in upward direction with respect to this cross section. Upward direction in the sense positive, so it is plus W into L by 3. So at this section it is plus WL by 3. So since you can go from either right or left, but it is comfortable if you go from left. Alright, so it is plus WL by 3. This is the bending moment diagram. Okay, whatever calculation we need to show, I have shown it above here. Okay, you can go through this, but since it is small diagram, I have explained it in next slide. Okay, you can go through this, whatever I have said, the same thing I have written here.